Hello, hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your reality thirst. I am your girl Lana, your resident diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. Today, I am just drinking water because hydration is important and, water for clear skin. And I need that in my life. But if I was drinking anything else, like I was earlier, I had some tea earlier and I drank it out of my cup mug. Cup mug. Da, 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 da. And you can get your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com. Um, it's reasonably priced. It's dishwasher safe. It's just a beautiful mug. You should get you one. We do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. The link will be in the description below.
Well, hello, icons, legends, and statements. It's your favorite Black queer content creator. My name is Kamori, aka Sparkling Alien, and I'm that girl, your number one. It's with the stars, Stan, and I'm here for Latin night. The spicy Friday dances. I just can't wait to get my opinions today. I'm so excited.
Me too. And since we're super excited, I just think we should just jump right in because honestly, what else are we here? Look, what are we here for if we're not going to
We're
talk about
here, yeah.
this? Is what we're here for. So let's get into it. I want us to be on the other side. So let's move over here. Oop, not that one. See, I did this last time and I'm trying to mess with stuff. I'm gonna leave stuff alone when I figure it out. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. For our audio listeners, I was playing around with the buttons because, that's what I do. Anyway, it's Latin night, like we said, the hottest night on television with some spicy moves and some muy caliente dances. So let's get into it. I didn't put it in order this time, so because I didn't have time. Life was life being trying to put these slides together today. It was a bad day for me, but we got it together. We're gonna start the same what we did that we started last week. It's gonna say her name.
Zochi.
It's the Z. Okay. Zochi and Val doing a salsa. What did you think?
Wow. What a major improvement from the first week. When I say she blew me away, like, oh my gosh, they were in sync. She was
Yes.
in sync in the move. It was fluid. It was groovy. Like she was on in the back. Like wow. Like compare this to this. But like she's definitely showed that she is one to watch out for. And to me, this dance in particular for me, I think definitely kind of like signify her at least her top four spot for sure. Like
Mm,
she's going like we're gonna have some iconic dances for her. And for me, going from a 6 to 8, that's like a whole jump.
yeah.
Getting the first 3/8 of the first eights across the board. Like I enjoyed it. Like it was a fun dance. Like I'm very I'm very happy. Like it's kind of giving me like like especially with Val, like it's getting like back when he had Lori and Zendaya, those
Mm-hmm.
vibes again. So it was a good routine. I'm very proud of her. Major
Yeah.
improvement.
Well, it for sure, very much just so good. I like the whole vibe of that dance. Like it gave me a lot of like maybe it was like West Side Story Rent type of feel with the vibe with the the
Like
background and
Into the Heights. It's kind
yeah,
of that
Into the
vibe.
Heights, all of that. Like it gave me those vibes, and she performed it so well. I was like, oh my god! You could tell she was working on the technique of it all, and I think that's important. What that Val wanted to show that she can do technique. She can listen to the critiques that they got last week and come back and improve on it and show them that I'm listening, I'm paying attention. And she did. I was very much impressed with this. I thought she did amazing. I loved everything about that routine. And the 24 was well deserved. Well deserved. Good, great job, Zochi. Like, so good. It was just so good. It was just
I
so good.
I really loved it. I
I
was
think,
just screaming.
yeah, I think this was probably one of my favorite ones of the night
This
for
is definitely,
me.
yeah, this is definitely one of my top three for
One of
sure.
my top three for
Top
sure.
three.
Oh, so good. Next, we will go to Barry Williams and Peter, and they did the cha cha. Thoughts?
Actually, I thought this was actually underscore compared to some of the performances. I actually think he did better than what they thought he did. I mean, yeah, he messed up a little bit, but like actually, like him, like he's actually like grooving. Like he's actually like he's really good.
Yes.
Like he's surprising me. Like see, he can actually like move with Peter and like actually like there were some parts, yeah, I understand, but for me it was under. For me, I would have gave it a six.
Me.
Yeah, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
the fives. Like it was still a solid 13. It wasn't bad like they said it was.
Right.
In my opinion.
He is like one of the male stars who is actually hitting points. You know what I mean? He's one of the few that's actually hitting the points, knowing the moves, and he's moving. I thought he did a really good job. I was like, yeah, it was some shaky parts, sure, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it deserved the score that they got. I was like, mm, compared to some of the other people, mm,
I could just tell like Peter was definitely
oh, she was mad.
she
She was
was
hot,
pissed. She was not happy, and
as she
I
should be.
agree.
I
It
understand. I was not happy either. I was because I watched it and I was like, "What? This is the score?" Because full transparency, I watched each person's on YouTube today because I didn't have time to watch the whole
mm-hmm.
show, and so I watched each person's YouTube, and then I went to the wiki to get the scores because the YouTube don't show the judges' critiques. And so when I looked at the dance and then looked at the score, I was like, the math ain't math in here
Nothing.
because
It's not.
it to me, I thought six across the board for
Yeah,
sure.
it was a six for me. It
When
wasn't
I
like a
watched it, I was
five.
like, oh yeah, he's getting the 18. That's gonna be I was ready to
Mm-hmm.
type it in like 18 for sure. And they was like, no, 15. And I was like, they gave
Mm.
you fives for
Mm.
that? Mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm. I didn't agree with that. And then I saw some after the clips of the what the judges were saying, and then Peter's reaction. I was like, she should be pissed because that did not deserve what they got. But I do hope that this just lights that fire for not only Barry but for Peter, and they come back and they slay next
I
week.
just know definitely. I think when it comes to ballroom, the more like in being a whole, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be his master class. Like he's gonna do very well with those. I
Yeah.
think I said definitely. I think he definitely might struggle with the Latin. But as far
Mm-hmm.
as that, I think for him, like for this being his first Latin dance, like learn, like it was actually a very well decent job, a first attempt
Mm-hmm.
at it. So I'm definitely like he's ever surprising me, and he's showing that at your age you can still do it at your
Yes,
age.
yes, for sure. I
Like
thought,
like I always make sure you never underestimate someone's age until you see the act, like until you see the dancing. If you see the dancing, then yeah, then you can justify it. But for me, you got to see the dancing first. For me, he's showing like at his age, he can still groove and move, and
hmm
that shows.
for sure. I enjoyed every second. I enjoyed his dance. I thought it was good, but I don't like the score. Didn't like the score.
Mm-hmm.
So we move on to Tyson and Jenna, who did a salsa. What you think?
Another major improvement.
Yes.
Another, I am very proud of him. Like they would say, majority of tonight, there were a lot of improvements from these stars. There
Mm-hmm.
were some stars that kind of still kind of like stayed a little bit, but at least it was like kind of like at least like a slight improvement from. I say at least I think I made maybe like one one or
Mm-hmm.
two went down, but far as that majority of people got improvements of their dances. So
Yeah.
and he was one of them. So I mean, he's still it's still a little bit, it's still a little bit of stuff he could fix definitely, but definitely he was in the groove tonight, and like I could see like he actually was like having fun. He's being more
Mm-hmm.
loose, so
Yeah.
I'm very proud of him. I my score was a 6 for sure as well, so it was a great made improvement. I was very proud of Tyson for
Yeah,
sure.
I think Tyson is one of those people who, the longer he stays in the competition, the more he'll be able to move, the more freer he'll be, the more fun he'll have,
Hmm.
and he'll take those. His body will start reacting to what it needs to react to. Because last week it was so very stiff. It was like pose stop, dot dot. This week he was actually moving his hips a little bit more, and maybe not enough for Latin dancing because you got to be very fluid all the way through your body for the Latin dance. But I feel like if he stays around to like week 6, by the time he gets there, he'll be giving us some really good solid dances. But I thought he did really good this week. I thought he did. It was a definitely an improvement for him. He did look like he was having more fun. He was a little bit more. His hips were moving a little bit more. I thought he did really good. I thought he did good. I won't say really good, but I thought he did good. And I feel like the score was deserved.
Agreed.
And he got an 18. So I thought it was deserved. He did well. He did well. Up next, we have Allison Hannigan and Sasha Farber doing a tango.
I'm very sad. I'm proud of her. Another improvement from last
Yes.
week. Another improvement. I would have to say I think maybe I don't know. I think maybe I was kind of glad as she was able to get in a hold because for
Mhm.
me she was able to kind of have more control of the dance. She was very more control. Like she's like it was one I think instead of like what happened last week. She's kind of like all over the place. And
Mhm.
so being I think me being in frame was able to have her kind of like stay focused and not
Mhm.
just lose herself. I would definitely say I was like carrying. I'm not gonna. I think the 7 was kind of too generous. I mean, it was a 6, a solid 6. Wasn't like a 7, but a solid 6. Definitely a major improvement. I would say like she's still kind of like I want to be more fluid. Like I'm not like a pro expert, but when you watch the show, like understand what they want. Like far as her frame was good. I said the spins kind of like still kind of like it
Mhm.
needs work. But far as that, it was a major improvement. So I'm very proud of her, for sure.
I feel like Allison getting the tango was the perfect dance for her this week
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't something where she had it was something where she had to be focused and she had to be serious. And we're so used to seeing Allison in comedy, ha ha ha, bright, funny, like roles, it was good to see that she could fix her face. She could be, intense in her eyes and was moving like with ease and was just like da da hitting her mark. I love that. I love seeing her in a role that we're not used to seeing her in. And she didn't have to be on with that face of oh. She was just like focused, intense, passion. Like it was in her eyes, and she was able to show us her acting skills because that is a part of this dance. You have to act like I'm smoldering and I'm in love, and the passion is ripping us apart, but it's bringing us together, and it's that push and pull of it all. I love a tango. I think the tango is my favorite dance to watch on any show. Like any dance show when somebody's doing the tango and the Argentine tango, I just love it. It's just something about the flicks of the kicks and the way that they move is so good. So I love a good tango, and I think they did a
Mm-hmm.
really solid tango. Sasha is really a good match for her because she's so like you said, free, wide, open, and funny, and he's a fun guy, but when it comes down to his business, he about his business, and so he can reel her in when he needs to. I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed the dance, and they got a 19. Carrie Ann says 7 was for her, and Kamarian says a little generous, but
I look, if yeah, it, I mean, it was a solid 6. I mean, giving her a 7 compared to the ones who did get 7s. To me, I was like, yeah, but I
mhm,
mean, I said at least a 6. I agree with the 6s, but
mhm.
not a 7. Yeah, she's not. She's getting there, but she's not there yet. You know what I mean? But I
Hmm.
think maybe she's kind of like just kind of proud like how she approved more. That she's like, no, I'm just gonna be nice to give her a 7. So
Right.
to be
I mean,
honest, we don't know what the judges are thinking in their head. So we might be thinking one thing, but they're thinking a different thing.
totally,
So
for sure. So let's jump ahead to Harry and Riley, and they also did a salsa.
well, I could the first I gotta say, if you didn't know, his part, like one of his, I think his little dance break he did, remember that whole dance break he did, like, it's
Hmm.
kind of like with after she opened his shirt, the whole little dance break, that part has been viral on TikTok, like
Oh.
into literally like on my for you page, like his that the whole part went viral.
Oh.
So yeah, so his whole thing has been trending since last Sunday show. So you could probably kind of tell the more confidence he has been seeing. He in the package, you can definitely tell, like he said, the comments did get to him a little bit.
Hmm.
So, but I said definitely, I think he definitely improved. There's still a lot of work to be done.
To
'Cause I feel
do.
like Riley, it's
Hmm.
still carrying him, but I could definitely say at least he was focused this time. He
Hmm.
was not allowed. He wasn't in la la land. He was kind of like, uh, he was focused, but it's still a lot of footwork that needs to be done, a lot of more
Hmm.
improvements as well. But I think he's getting there, and plus, just based on the TikTok thing, I think he's like a fan favorite. Like all like people love him, especially the girls like him too.
Hmm.
Of course, you got someone like that who's like, of course, the girls gonna like him.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And then plus Riley is a new pro, and people are loving Riley as well. So definitely, like they're definitely gonna make it far as votes wise. But
Hmm.
yeah, hopefully, hopefully the improvement of his dancing will also
Hmm.
show as well. Good thing I don't want to be pushed every week, and then
Hmm.
it's still there's no improvement.
Right.
You know.
I think for Harry, the first week, or even when he agreed to do this show, I don't know if he realized how serious this was and how serious it was going to make him feel. Because we've seen a lot of not pros, but a lot of stars get on the show, and they're like, "Oh, I just wanted to have a good time," but then when they get in it, and it's like, "Oh, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot harder than I thought." And I really want to win. I really want to be good. I really want to show that I can do this. So then they start really focusing in on how bad they actually want it. Perfect example, Amber Riley's season. She was like, I wanted to do this to show people, that if you're scared of doing something, you should still try to do it and da 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 da. But then the moment she got in it and realized how dedicated she was and how hard it was, and even to the point where she was getting shots in her knees and to help her knees situation, and she was like, "Dang, I must really, really want this. I must really, really want this to be doing because I could have gave up a long time ago and be like, you know what, my knees hurt, my knees are bad, I can't do it, I'm gonna be done." But I think he's one of those people who came in not realizing how hard this was going to be. And now that he's there, he's like, and he got those critiques. It's like, oh, that kind of hurt. That kind of
Mhm.
didn't feel good. That's not sit. I want to get. I think he's going to be somebody who's going to try hard. I don't know if he's going to be that person who's going to like get to the point where he gets to the end and win. But I know he's going to get to that point where he has the fan base
Mhm.
behind him. He just now has to capitalize on listening to Riley, doing what she tells, and just really focus on the technique of it all because the footwork needs some work, needs some help. But I think he has the personality and the strength to actually do it. I just hope he enjoys his time there too while he's doing it. I don't want him to feel like I'm just so bad and these bad critiques are coming, coming, coming. And like you said, I hope he improves. I want to see him improve and
Mhm.
get better.
Agree.
And they got a 15, so we'll
I
see.
agree. Yeah.
I agree with 15 too. I was like, yeah, unfortunately. Hopefully he'll be like, okay, I gotta did no, he didn't get 12 last week. Did he get 12 last
Yeah, he
week?
did. He did get 12. He got all
So he like,
fours.
I got 12 last week, got 15 this week. Let's try to get 18 next week, or keep moving forward and we'll see. I don't. My hopes aren't lost on Harry. I think he still has some potential.
Potential.
Next is Jason Moran's and Daniela, and they did the rumba.
Okay, and when I first saw that he was gonna do this, I was like, and plus he was the only one that
Yes,
was doing it. Also, I think it was the first new style of dance that was shown. I think the first, cause at least everyone has just did a salsa or cha cha or tango at least the last week, first week. So
and
him
Barry
have
Williams was the only one that did a foxtrot.
a foxtrot, and then he's the first one to do this new stuff for
Yep.
dance. I was kind of like, I'm kind of like, why kind of setting him up to kind of fail. But then I was like, producers, you try to set him up, but guess what? He got you, and let me tell you, he nailed that dance. Daniela again with the choreography.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Even before Daniela had like a good dancer like him on the show, like when she had Nelly and
Mm-hmm.
Iman, like she makes sure when it comes to her partner, she makes sure the choreography is still good, but make sure it works with them and make sure
Mm-hmm.
it shows off their good assets. And this routine show off his good act, like seeing him being in character. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was still. I feel like it still could have been more fluid, but still, he was still solid. It was good. It was clean. Like for me, like he also for me has claimed his top four spot for sure.
Yes, I
And,
agree.
I feel like I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of giving me Alfonso in his season. I think he's gonna be the
Mm.
only male against these
Mm.
females at the end.
Mm.
Because I remember like Alfonso, and he was the only male against three girls in the finale,
Yeah.
three women,
Mm-hmm.
and then but he did beat them
He did
all.
beat them all.
But I think he was the front runner the first episode anyway, so he was good. He was consistent, but he had to go against those girls who were clawing up his spot. Like they were killing it too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, because majority, if you think about like compare it to the females and males so far, like the females are outdoing the males
Oh, they
by
killing.
far,
Oh, by far.
like for me, like Jason is like the best male, and then I would say I would put Barry
Very.
under
Mm-hmm.
Jason. So
Yep.
yeah, so he is if it's going this way, I think definitely he's gonna be a part like the last male standing.
Yep.
But I think he could hold his own and then possibly win. So
For
yeah,
sure.
definitely top four spot confirmed for sure.
I I've been leery of saying that because I don't want to
Mm,
say
Jinx,
this.
Jinx, yeah.
Yeah, but I do. I feel like he is top four material, and I think
Hmm.
he can be. It's. I feel like okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say
Hmm.
it. I feel like the top four for me right now is Jason, is uh Zochi,
Hmm. You said it correctly.
it's uh Charity,
Hmm.
and it's Lily
Lele.
Lele. That's what I think our top four is.
Hmm.
With Ariana right at the top five, just missing out.
Like I feel like it's gonna be between Ariana or Lele. So I think the last spot. I think
Mm-hmm.
Charity, because Charity, she think it's Bachelorette fan base is always big, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
The Bachelor also, of course. But I mean, also, you know what? I can't say that because, I think she's a black woman bachelorette,
Yep.
so I'm not sure
Yeah. If
how
the
they're gonna do
whole Bachelor
her.
Nation go
Yeah,
support that. Yep.
I don't know how they're gonna do. I remember, I think when Matt was on the show, he was early out, so I'm not sure how they're gonna do to her. But she's a good dancer. She's good though, but I'm
She's
not
good.
sure. Like,
All right.
you know,
I
you know,
think if
yeah.
she was not good, the Bachelor Nation would be like, eh. And the Bachelorette Nation would just let her flail by herself. But the fact that she's good, they like getting behind good things.
I would say for me, the bachelorettes are just better
Yes.
at any just
Bachelors
doing it
shouldn't be
better.
on the show. Bachelors
Yeah,
should not be on the
bachelorettes
show.
are better.
The Bachelorettes are
I've been kind of
better.
glad it's been like more of like a bachelorette train because it was
Mm-hmm.
always like the bachelors always doing
Mm-hmm.
it, not the bachelorettes. So seeing the bachelorettes doing better than the men, I mean, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
showing for sure.
Yep.
But yeah,
It's giving why I like Bachelorette seasons more than I like Bachelor seasons.
true.
Mm,
It's true.
Tea,
I used to be so in them
tea,
both, and then but
tea.
since I'm about the women, I like the women seasons
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
But I agree with you about Jason. I think Jason nailed this dance. He needs it's some stuff he does need to work on, but I think he did so good, and
Mm-hmm.
he went into that character because when you're doing a rumba, the male has to be that strong, domineer, force and
Yes.
sexy and passionate. And when you think of Jason Mraz, that's not what you're thinking about.
Right.
That's not the character or the performer that he is. You're like, oh, he's that guitar playing, you know, rocker, so indie kind of guy ish. Not that he's so indie, but you think
Mm-hmm.
that kind of guy playing in bars with his guitar, and it's just but he turned it out, and I was very happy to see that. I was like, okay, Jason, you are proving to be one of my favorites in this competition this season. And I didn't think that was going to happen, but he's killing the game. And Danielle is a beast. Ugh, she's a beast.
She
And
is.
I can't say enough for her. Ugh,
To be honest, I would give her like she could probably get like a 60-year-old man, and she could definitely make him move very
she
well.
probably makes, like, if she had Barry, she'd be like killing it with him.
Yeah, she would. Like I think she's to me, she's able to work. It doesn't matter. She thing is, she's not always like expect. She always expects the unexpected, and she works with it, and she does it very well. And I
For
got to give
sure.
props to it.
For sure. And so Jason and Daniela got a 24, which is deserved. Which is deserved. Next we have Jimlyn Spears and Alan, and they did the cha cha.
I would say definitely it was improvement.
Hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna say she actually went out and had a blast. Like I enjoyed her vibe, so it was better. Definitely some more issues, more footwork to be made, but unfortunately, as we see, this was her last ever dance on the show. So
Not just spoiling it.
oh my bad, unfortunately, it will be her last dance. But it was a good, better attempt. It was definitely an improvement for last week, but I think it was still working to be done. But unfortunately, as we know,
I mean, now we know.
hmm
Now we know. I I didn't hate her dance. I didn't think it was horrible. I thought she was a little stiff, but
hmm
I didn't think she was that bad. And I don't I think the scores reflected that the judges didn't think she was horrible either.
hmm
Um literally, as Kamorian said, this is her last dance, but I think this was just fan vote. She just don't have the fan support at this point in time, and that's just what it came down to. And sometimes when you do stuff, things happen, and I'm not gonna say the. Mm, you know what? I
well,
said I wasn't gonna say it,
well, go
but
ahead.
I think I'm gonna say it. And unfortunately, girl, for the me, for me, you this what- I wasn't gonna say it. Shit, am I gonna say? I'm gonna say it. Okay.
I mean, Logan will be saying it worse than you, Lana. So I think you're
Yeah.
fine.
No,
Logan.
for me, I feel like this was.
Deserve! Deserve!
I was satisfied. No shit, I was satisfied. I'm at peace with it.
I'm at peace with it. It's deserved for me because you karma happens when you do bad things. Bad things happen to you. So she got a 16.
Yeah,
And that's it. I
I
hate it for
agree.
Alan because I love Alan.
I love Alan too. I know definitely for sure next
I
year
hate it for Alan, but I
he's
love
gonna
it.
he's gonna get a good partner, good
Yeah,
person
next
next
season's
year
gonna
for
have a
sure.
great partner. Moving on to Adrian Peterson with Britt, who I love. Britt, I love Britt. And next year she'll get a better partner as well. Because they did the samba.
Well, before we get to the dance,
Mhm.
I want to talk about that whole fake intro package.
Oh
I,
Jesus. Okay.
Lana, I don't know if you didn't see it,
I
but So he invited Brett to his house and got to
Mhm.
meet, the family,
Uh-huh.
and he met and she met their newborn. So
Oh.
I'm not gonna like I could just tell I was like, oh my god, this is so like I like production. Like I know what
Mhm.
you're trying to do. I know you're trying to make this man into the good at it, baby.
Mhm.
But guess what,
Mhm.
baby? It's not working. We are clocking it. We're clocking it. I know. I know that was some good acting skills. That family was, baby. They probably was acting and said their life right now, baby. Cause child, I know you thought that was gonna work, and afford, I thought it was gonna work to help him boost his fan boost. Like I don't know, and then
They're trying to rebuild his image.
right, like, and unfortunately, the dance tonight, it made it even. I mean, it was a good attempt. Like here's the thing about football players on this show.
Mhm.
I When it comes to football players, they're able to adapt to anything. Like
Mhm.
like they're vibey.
Mhm.
But I think, yeah, so he had the vibes going on. It was still footwork, or it was still kind of very like it wasn't like fluid, because I think when the samba, because I think samba is one of the hardest dances
Mhm.
on the show. So I mean, he did the best he could, but I think I wish he would have just like extend his movements more. And
Mhm.
then also with the samba, you kind of had to like a bounce with your feet. It has to be
Mhm.
bouncy, and there wasn't enough samba bounce at all, and I kind of restricted him to
Mhm.
really extend his movement. So I agree with the score. It was a 5. It
Mhm.
was I prefer his dance from last week than this one. If I had to be honest.
Yeah, I think last week was better for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I didn't really care for this dance, honestly. I didn't think it was that great. I think he took a couple of steps back for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wasn't that much of a fan of it. I'm very glad I didn't see that fake intro package because I would have been like, "Ugh." But I didn't see it. He got a 15. We move to Lele Bones and Brandon Armstrong, and they also did a samba. And this is how a samba is supposed to be done.
Let me tell you, I was waiting for this moment.
Hmm.
If those who are watching, if you didn't know, she did the song to Gasolina. If you didn't know, this song is very meaningful to her. She has been, if you didn't know, she had a child video. I think I'm sure how old she was, but it was a child video of her doing her little dance with the Gasolina, and
Hmm.
it's been like a song that she has been stuck to. Like people know her for. Like she loves that song. I mean, she actually has met the artist who made the song in person too. So, and plus, it's Latin night. She's like
Hmm.
Tina. Like I know she was kind of like, I have to bring it. I'm like
She got
Tina.
to.
People were expecting it to do well, and to me, she dominated. I feel like had it not been the first couple to dance first,
Hmm.
I wouldn't. To be honest, it would have been an 8. It would should have
Mm.
got 8s for sure. But she was killing it. The body movements, like she was giving the energy. I would say yes.
Hmm.
I would say the stair movement was more for me. It was an 8. I feel
Hmm.
unfortunately, we're getting the first one. The score that you're probably supposed to get is what you're gonna get. But to me, still solid 7s, not bad. It was still decent and still one of the highest scores of that night. And
Hmm.
plus, she was still, to me, also those were my top 3 dances as
Yeah.
well. And so
Yeah.
she was definitely one of the best dancers of the night for sure, best
For
routine.
sure.
So I'm happy for her. She's definitely one to watch. I just think definitely for sure the Latin dances are gonna be good for her, for sure.
Yeah.
So definitely if we see her in a salsa or a cha-cha, oh, it's gonna be a good one for sure.
That'll be good.
She, like Carrie Ann said, like there's something about her that is gonna be so amazing to watch.
Hmm.
On Yeah, that's the technique. Fix the technique, and if it worked, then voila, it's over.
Yeah. She looked amazing. I think she had one of my favorite outfits of the night because baby them in them pants and
The
then the way she
orange, the
the
orange.
orange and the way she moved and them fringes just jiggle. Ugh, I loved. I loved. She did so good, and I feel like her and Brandon are starting to mesh better together and come together and be more cohesive. And if
Yeah.
they continue on this path, They are going to be unstoppable. They are.
Yeah, I really hope for Brandon. I really hope Brandon for real goes all the way, all the way, at least
Mm-hmm.
to the semifinals, because he has always the thing with Brandon is like the part he at least make it like to the middle part and then just get caught, like, and then he unfortunately he gets eliminated with his partner.
Mm-hmm.
So he has never made like to like the second half or at least
Yeah.
even like the semifinals. So I
Yeah.
feel like this could be his first partner that takes him at least all the way to the end.
I think
If it
four.
don't be the final four,
I
at
think
least
four.
top five. You know
I
what I
think they
mean?
go to the four. I'm thinking four for
I
them.
want
I'm
I
saying
want them in
four.
top four. But thing is, this is why I was mad that they cut the judges save this season. 'Cause I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, 'cause I feel like the judges say will determine their dancing. 'Cause what the thing is, what the stage was is they decide who saves who goes, and they based it on what they have shown the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, it's under their hands anymore. It's only just to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So, like get your fave for just killing all the dancers, getting all the hands, and then boom, they get sent home,
Because they'll have the fan support.
right? Or
Mm-hmm.
people are not like assuming like oh they're safe.
Yeah, I don't
They're
have to.
playing every dance, they're safe, and then boom, it has happened a lot
Just
in the
several
show.
people.
It
Mm-hmm.
has happened a lot of the show. So I'm kind of like pissed about that, but is what it is. So hopefully, I want her to find it so bad. So hopefully, people vote.
Yep. And they got a 21. So cool, cool, and cool. That 21 looks weird. I didn't realize that. Anyway, Mira Savino and Gleb doing the salsa.
So I'm gonna be Mr. Tough
Mm-hmm.
Lynn right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mira, I love her so much. I just think
Mm-hmm.
she's just so positive. But Lynn, Mira, I'm gonna need you to get it together, girl. I need you to be confident, okay? If you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be, if you're not confident in yourself, it's gonna show in your dances, and eventually, it's not gonna make people root for you, or at least want
Right.
to vote for you if you're not confident in your dance. Because Mira, you have beautiful legs.
Yes.
I'd ever like seen because she think this is her second line of dance back to back. She did it at Cha 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 last week and she went to the salsa now. So, but I think ballroom, she's gonna love doing ballroom for sure. I
Yeah.
think ballroom because she's very elegant, but
Mm-hmm.
I just want her just to have that confidence. Be proud of yourself because
Yeah.
you're a decent dancer. You're better than some of these people that you're competing
Mm-hmm.
with right now. So I need to believe in yourself that you can achieve this. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't believe in yourself and not be expressive, just be proud, just have fun. It's gonna hurt you in the future.
For
It's just
sure.
for sure. So hopefully Gleb can work on her confidence more action can push her to break out like give it like break out and stuff. But yeah, her confidence if she doesn't fix it is gonna hurt her for sure.
For sure. I agree. I couldn't have said it better myself. She definitely needs to work on her confidence because she's a good dancer. She can dance. She just has to believe she can dance. And I don't know what it's going to take to push her to that level, but whatever it is, Gleb needs to find it and find it fast and take her there because if she can't get it together, like you said, people won't root for you. And if they can't root for you, they won't vote for you. So I, I I do agree. I think ballroom is going to be where she can probably do better because I think when she's in a hold and Gleb has her and they can, vibe off of him leading her and her following, and I think it can work for her. But yeah, yeah, they ended up getting an 18 though. Still not a bad score for what they got. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I agree with the scores.
Yep. So we move on to Mauricio and Emma, and they did a salsa.
Poor Mauricio. Let me tell you, like the first few things, like he started off very well. With the list was
Hmm.
good. With the whole he was clean, he was moving, and then the whole shirt he was getting. I think after the upper of the shirt, he was getting obviously was I think he was getting the moves perfectly good, and then obviously I think he messed up one time, and I think he messed up that one time. It just went dun 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 dun. I was like,
Hmm.
poor thing. He
Hmm.
just started off so good, but it happens to the
Hmm.
best of to the best of
Hmm.
us. So unfortunately, it was him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with his scores, sadly, but I mean, he did come back up in the mess up, but unfortunately, we got to judge what we see, and
Right.
unfortunately, he did mess up pretty much majority of that routine. So yeah.
Yeah. Once you mess up, it's hard if you don't know how to recover well.
Hmm.
It just doesn't go good for you anymore. And that's what happened. He just couldn't recover. And unfortunately, I was like, oh, I feel bad. But his last dance.
Hmm.
So he can live to try again another day. He ended up getting a 12, one of the lowest scores of the night. It was kind of deserved, unfortunately. But
Hmm.
here we have Charity and Ezra. Who is Ezra? No, Ezra. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But Ezra is here because Artem has COVID. And so Ezra had to step in to work with Charity this week. Maybe Autumn will be back next week. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe,
Hopefully.
hopefully, because it's hard to make that connection with someone, and then whoop, you got a whole new partner the next week because of so,
Circumstances.
yeah, circumstances. But I feel like, but despite the circumstances and the change, Charity did a really good job. A really good job. It was a little slow for me. I wonder why they slowed it down so much, but I thought it was good though.
Yeah, I think it was a solid average good routine for charity. For I want to say a shout out to Ezra. He's uh I've been a fan of him since he's been on So You Think You Could Dance.
Hmm.
And plus I think Kareem he's the only one so far. As far he is the only Latin representation on the show.
Hmm.
And plus not only he's actually the first ever queer person
Okay.
to be on this show. So for me, it really meant a lot to me to see like finally like queer representation on This One of the Stars, and being a queer pro for his first dance as a pro. And like I definitely like he did a very good job with Charity, like
Hmm.
stepping in. And I hope this shows that he needs to be a pro next season.
Yes.
And I think definitely since I think at least being in the same sex partnerships because he is queer. And I think definitely people who are from the queer community, I think he would definitely work with them because he understands their stories. So I
Hmm.
think he would work. Or he can work with anybody, but I think as far as that representation matters
Yes.
for me. So I think definitely I would love to see him with someone who is also from the queer community and work together. Look, it's like a drag queen or anybody
I
who's
mean,
queer. Yeah,
we've seen with JoJo, and
JoJo and then
so I feel like if
Shangela.
we're gonna do it with a female partner or a female presenting partner, then why not do it with a male partner and not
Yeah,
really have two guys out there just doing what they do?
yeah. So I was just very happy to just see representation finally on my screen. He's a very good dancer. He's very
Hmm.
good. So and he pulled in very good. And yeah, so back to charity. Like it was a clean solid dance. Yeah, I wanted. Now I love her. She knows her angles. Like she's very
Hmm.
good at knowing her angles. Like she knows to look at the camera. But I think just the connection was off.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't blame her because doing the circumstance. So for her to at least kind of pull in that quickly and still do a decent dance, like it was good. I gave her a 7. It was
Hmm.
solid good dance, and for sure. But I wish hopefully Arden a speedy recovery. Hopefully he can
Yes.
recover by at least by the end of this week. So next Tuesday we see him back for charity. If not, I'm very excited to see what those her and Ezra can do next week for sure.
Exactly. I thought it was a good dance. I thought it was a little slow, but I think that, like you said, the connection needed to be more. If Ezra is going to be there for her next week, if Artem can't come back next week, at
Hmm.
least they'll have that moment. She'll be able to have that build up a little bit more chemistry with him, and they can possibly show that in the next dance. But if Artem gets to come back, that's great because then she's already comfortable with Artem. So I'm
Hmm.
excited for it. They got a 21. Why did those 21s look so weird? But I didn't realize it when I was making it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. And I agree with the score. So we moved to Ariana and Pasha, and they did a samba.
Oh, well, I let me just say, like, I'm so glad that she's on this show. Like
Mhm.
just seeing her confidence, to see her just finally be free and just being herself. Like just
Mhm.
seeing just seeing her just having fun, having a good time. Like, especially what she had to deal with being with
Mhm.
Tom. Like the seeing the whole difference after she left Tom, after that whole thing was over. Like seeing her just be like happy and free and moving. Like
Mhm.
it was spicy. Like she was spicy in that dance.
Just
Yeah, I would definitely say there were some moments it's kind of like it was like
mhm.
but
Well,
it was still a solid dance. I don't know, Carrie, about the with the six now, but it was a good old solid seven performance, but not a six, Carrie Ann, but it's okay. I mean, it was still a good routine. I mean, I did
Mhm.
prefer Lele's over her. It was
Yes.
so good.
Yes.
She's still my top four: Ariana,
Yes.
Charity, Lele, and Jochi. So,
Oh, not the all women top four.
I
Love
mean,
to see it.
I love it. I mean, all the girls are killing it. I can't blame it. I love all four of them. Plus
No,
James, and Barry. So, but
Jason.
yeah, so it was a solid routine. A solid
Yeah,
routine.
Jason. Jason's killing it. But yeah, I think yeah, I liked her dance. I thought she did. Yeah, it was some with wobbly spots, some little
Hmm.
shakiness, but I thought she did great. I still liked it, and I appreciate her. I think I love her story a lot, so I it draws me to her. I want her to do well. I want her to be able to look into the camera and uh, look into the eyes of the people who wronged her and be like, I'm here for that. So I loved it. She got a 20, a 20, a 20. Okay, sure, if you want, but it's a good score. It's a good
Yeah, good
score.
score. Yeah, good
Good
score.
score. So we already talked about it, so I don't even need to. It's no element of surprise to delay. Jamie Lynn got eliminated. There we have it. She's gone. It's
I
over for her.
I think Britney Spears was woke. I think Britney Spears woke up on Tuesday because wow.
I mean, I'm just okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm very happy
Mm-hmm.
she's gone before we got to like Britney night or she decided she wanted to do a Britney Spears song because I would have been pissed off mad if she ever did a Britney Spears song. I just want to put that out there. And because we know Dance with the Stars will do a Britney night or we've seen it before. They've done Britney night. And I'm like, y'all don't play in Britney face with this girl on there who was real rude and horrible to Britney. And she got this dance. Don't play in her face because we respect iconic people in this house. And it's whatever you think about Britney Spears now, she is and was iconic. So don't play in her face. Do not do that. And I'm not even the biggest Britney stan. Like I'm not standing Britney like I stand in sync. But I respect Britney for what she did, and she's iconic for what she did. And what they did to her, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I would have been so pissed off if she ever danced to a Britney Spears song on the show. I would have been pissed. But
Well, speaking Britney as I can there as you know there have been I think some articles have released some themes of this season. So I can so it's not a spoiler, guys. I can reveal some of these themes to you guys. So
okay,
as you know, next week it will be Motown night. So bringing
okay.
back the Motown hits. Actually, they did this like seasons ago. So
Hmm.
hopefully, we know that Michael Strahan is supposed to be the guest judge. Michael,
Okay.
when I found, I was kind of like, I don't know, Michael Strahan with Motown. I don't know. I mean, you could have brought Gladys Knight. I mean,
She
I mean,
is an alumni.
yeah, and she did the show, and she is Motown legend.
She
Like
is
she's iconic.
Motown legend.
Like you could have invited her or somebody else, but I'm excited to see Michael Strahan a Fort Judge. So I'm very
Sure.
see Jordan's gonna go. So Motown, we know they always have Disney night for sure.
Yes, always for sure.
They just revealed today, so you know how like it's like Britney night. So
Hmm.
this season they're gonna do Taylor Swift night.
Oh God, no.
No, God, no.
Okay, I'm not a Swiftie. I am not a Swiftie.
I'm not a Swiftie. Like
I
here.
don't care that much for Taylor Swift music. I'm just I'm not that girl, and so
Hmm.
for me, I'm like, Could we couldn't do a Beyonce night. We couldn't afford. We couldn't do a heck. We couldn't do a J Lo night, and I don't even like J Lo like that. But Janet night, like uh,
I
Taylor
mean,
Swift, but
here's
she
here's
rules the world right
the
now. So
thing.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
a Swifty, but there's like this song. So I like Punch Swifty. You tell me I'm like a diehard Swifty fan. Like no, that's not me. That's not me at all.
No.
Look, the only thing I'm pretty much diehard at is like I'm a diehard Beehive fan. I'm a Beehive member, full and proof,
Mm-hmm.
or at least the Barb's.
Mhm.
I'm not a diehard Barb's because I'm not those kind. I'm not that
Yeah,
petty. Like but yeah, but
Taylor Swift.
I'm
Okay.
very excited. I mean, we'll see because as Taylor Swift has kind of been 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 popping off lately. Apparently, she's like the endorsement for NFL now. So the NFL is endorsing her now
I
because
mean, they have to because she's dating Travis Kelsey.
yeah. So
Mm,
I mean,
whatever,
whatever.
but whatever. I mean, but then she doing all this, and then they asked her to do Super Bowl, and she said no. So what? Really, what are we doing, Taylor? Are you? Is the NFL endorsing you or not? Are you go? But it's okay. Usher doing it, so that's all I'm worried about. What about we could have Usher night? Like, duh. Okay, whatever. But sure, Taylor Swift night. Uh-huh. Any other things we should be
I
talking
would
about?
definitely say, if we're thinking about who might be going home next week, I think it's either between. I'm gonna say it's probably either between Mauricio or Adrian for sure. I think those two in particular is gonna be the bottom two, and eventually one of those two will go home.
Okay.
I
Any
think
other?
I think Adrian will go home if it,
Okay.
that or to be honest, it's 50-50. We don't know until we see it.
Okay. So, any other themes that should be worth mentioning?
I they will have Halloween night for sure because it's
Hmm.
October. So
Hmm.
we having Halloween night on Halloween night exactly. So it's gonna be iconic. As all I know, far as wait no, also they're gonna have most memorable year. So if you don't know what
Hmm.
that is, so
Yeah,
basically pick a year.
that
They have
was most
like
memorable for them.
yeah, pretty much
Hmm.
yeah. I think that's something emotional like for sure.
Okay.
So that's all I know as of now. So those are some of the themes this season for sure. And then
Okay.
the semifinals is as is typical. So that's all I know as of right now, as far as the themes that they kind of have been shared out, as far as lately.
Okay. Well, that's all I got to. And look, you came with the information. I'm gonna come with the tea. Here we are. This is what we got. We'll be back next week. Logan will maybe join us next week, or maybe it'll be Logan and Kamoria. Maybe I'll take a break next week since Logan decided to boycott 2 episodes of the show. Maybe I'll boycott the 2 episodes of the show. I don't know. We'll see what happens next week. But while you're here, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, hit all the buttons down there that say you support us because we support you and we love that you support us and we love you. And if you happen to hit the dislike button, hit it twice. Um, follow us on all of our social media outlets at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok because we do some funny things, and so we put all our little stuff on those videos because we're funny people. So yeah. And if you just want to follow Kamori and myself on Twitter, you can do so. The links are down there. But you see it. You see it. We talk about some interesting stuff on our pages. So follow us on Twitter. And while you're down there, get your cup mug or all of your cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Get all of that. Do all the things. We appreciate you. Um, and we will be right back here next week to talk more Dancing with the Stars. And yeah, I think that's it. Any last thoughts? Come on.
Nothing at all. Hit party.
Well, party, party, and we're out. So cheers. Cheers. Cheers, y'all. Bye. Bye. Do, 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 do.